Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zahratunnisa from the class of Critical Speech 309, and here I will be delivering my speech regarding emotion. This house believes that homosexual soldiers should have the right to serve in the military. Homosexual is a sexual orientation where someone, in this case is a soldier, is interested or attracted to someone who is the same sex or gender as they are. The soldiers who define themselves as homosexuals are the part of the LGBTQ+ community and are the part of the armed forces. It has been legalized since 2011 that anyone from the LGBTQ+ community are permitted to serve in the military until the ban of homosexual orientations happen again, which also is still going on in 2021 in some countries. Homosexual soldiers need to be given the right to serve in the military, equal to their other heterosexual soldiers' friends. They are all in fact in the same positions and statuses, which is why they should also be given this right. Not allowing them to serve in the military is considered as an act of discrimination, since they are facing hard times during the days of working. Due to their statuses, the bullies towards them in the armed forces should also be stopped. In 2011, the military had started allowing anyone from any community with any sexual orientation to join the armed forces. They are given and going through the exact same test as their heterosexual friends to get into the military. And yet, they still do not always receive the same treatments at what their friends would mostly receive up to this day. Although they are allowed to join the military, they are still expected to hide their true identities as gay, lesbian, and bisexual. They should not have to experience anything like this, and there is no need for the military to ban them from working in the forces, because in fact, they can all work the same way, as good as their heterosexual friends in the forces. Homosexuality does not affect anyone's performance in doing their job. It is correct that the society around the world is now starting to be aware of this kind of issue. They are now aware of the existence of the LGBTQ+ community, and they also help spreading awareness of it. This is a very good start to welcome and accepting the fact that the world is now getting more and more diverse. However, along with the case of the word getting used to diversity, being aware of it is not enough. There has to be something more than accepting people who are homosexual in basic daily life, such as accepting them as friends, neighbors, family, etc. These people should get to live their lives, and for that, the ease of joining and entering any kind of job should be made for them. Being soldiers would be one of the many choices some of them would take, and the military need to make it easy for them to join the forces. The government and the military, as the ones who have powers to get into this issue, should immediately work on it. In 1993, in the United States of America, the military forces are put under the policy called Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which ruled about their sexual orientation. Gay, lesbian, and bisexual soldiers are not allowed to disclose or to express their identities in the military during their work in the armed forces. This kind of policy would surely affect their performances in serving in the military. Otherwise, if they are allowed to be openly express their orientation or identity, it would have been easier for them to perform well in the military, since it lessens the pressure towards them at work. Not so long ago in Indonesia, 15 soldiers were fired due to their sexual orientation, which is considered as a deviation and might lower the disciplines applied in the military. In fact, there are no law that says that the military should reject or fire any homosexual soldiers from joining the forces and to serve in it. According to BBC.com, Usman Hamid, the executive director of Amnesty International Indonesia, had stated that this event is an act of discrimination and hatred towards their community. They are innocent, but they are being the victim of this kind of act. They should have the same exact right to serve in the military. He also mentioned that according to a study in Canada, the homosexual soldiers joining the armed forces does not affect the military performances at all, because sexual orientation has nothing to do with someone's physical strength and performances in their job, and it would never affect the place that they work in. From the whole previous statements, I would like to make a conclusion. Accepting people from the LGBTQ+ community would not cause any trouble to the military's performances. Their sexual orientations does not affect their physical strength, performances, and even the workplace. Therefore, the government and the military should not make it a big deal or a big problem to have homosexual soldiers serving in the military. Those are why this house believes that homosexual soldiers should have the right to serve in the military. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.